President Lincoln gave his address at Gettysburg, the Civil War battle which took the lives of 50,000 American men fighting to save the United States from ruin. Lincoln's speech was a bright moment from a dark period in history.
Contestants, here's your toss-up question. How many days did the Battle of Gettysburg last? Howard.
That was 3 days.
You are correct, sir. You win $100, and you're in control as we play History IQ.
And now, please welcome our host, Mark Summers.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you at home and welcome to History IQ, where you can pit your knowledge against today's three history buffs. You can do that by logging on to historychannel.com and playing online right now. Now, in the meantime, let's see who you'll be playing against. Stephen, a social studies teacher from Long Island, New York. Don, an engineer from Harwinton, Connecticut. And Howard, a retired sheriff's officer from Nutley, New Jersey. Howard, congratulations. You have control of this round. You have $100. And if you continue to answer questions correctly on this category, we will add $50. But if you answer incorrectly or cannot think of an answer, that means Don or Stephen can jump in and steal it away. Now, keep in mind, gentlemen, in this round, the person with the lowest score at the end of the round will be eliminated. Okay, Howard, it is up to you. Questions are worth $50, and they are about Gettysburg and the Civil War. What was the first state to secede from the Union on December 20th, 1860?
South Carolina.
You are correct. In April 1861, what 32-year veteran of the United States Army was offered the command of the Union Army? Union Army, sir.
Robert E. Lee.
Correct. On April 12th, 1861, what fort became the site of the first armed conflict of the Civil War?
Fort Sumter.
$250 on the board for you, Howard. Which amendment to the Constitution ratified by Congress on December 6, 1865, abolished slavery?
25th.
That is incorrect. Don or Stephen? Stephen.
The 13th.
The 13th is correct. $50 on the board for you, sir. What battle became the bloodiest single day in the Civil War when almost 23,000 men were either killed or wounded by nightfall?
Shiloh.
That is incorrect. Don or Howard, can you take it? Don?
Gettysburg.
That is incorrect. The answer is Antietam. So, $250 on the board for you, Howard. 50 for you, Stephen. And why don't we take a look at America's sports heroes, one that fell, as a matter of fact, on this clip.
When it comes to the history of ex-football players being chased down the L.A. freeway in a white Bronco, O.J. Simpson leads the field. As we all remember too vividly, the chase ended when O.J. returned to his home on that June day.
Here is your toss-up for Stephen, Don, and Howard. After the chase you just saw, driver Al Collins drove O.J. back to his home. In what L.A. neighborhood did O.J. live? Yes, Howard?
Brentwood.
Brentwood is correct. $100 for you. We're going to see if all that media publicity paid off, because the following questions are about the so-called trial of the century. For $50, Howard, what does the O in O.J. stand for?
Orenthal.
That is correct. What was Johnny Cochran referring to in this now famous phrase, if it doesn't fit, you must acquit?
Those famous gloves.
The glove, that is correct. $450 for you, sir. What was the name of the police detective who perjured himself during the O.J. trial when he claimed he hadn't used racial slurs in the past decade?
Mark.
Time is up. Don or Stephen, can you take it? Stephen.
Mark Furman.
That is right. $50 added to your score. What brand of shoe did the prosecution claim O.J. was wearing on the night of the murders?
Prada.
That is incorrect. Don or Howard, can you take it? Don.
Bruno Magli's.
We will accept that. That is correct. $50 on the board for you. That means we're out of this category. Take a look at these scores. Howard, $450 in the lead. Stephen with $100 and Don, $50. Now we're going to take just a short break to find out a little bit about your history. Stephen, you won a big award a couple of years ago. Tell me about that.
Well, in '96, I was selected after a series of recommendations and videotapes and other stuff as the outstanding social studies teacher in the United States.
Congratulations. What a great honor.
Kind of neat.
Very nice. Don, you like Thomas Jefferson. I can tell because before we started the show, I saw your tie, and it has Jefferson on it. What is your fascination with that gentleman?
Thomas Jefferson is probably, in my opinion, our greatest president. he was probably the first Renaissance president we had. He was a statesman, he was a scientist, he was a musician.
Well, Stephen, our social studies teacher, is nodding his head, so you got to be right on the money on all that stuff. Ann Howard, you and I have something in common because we both like Mark Twain. What is it that Twain does for you in his writings and just as his adventures throughout the world?
Well, I think it's the perceptions on serious matters, his use of irony.
I agree, sir. All right, thank you for being here as well. You're in the lead with $450. We're going to take a look at another clip in this IQ round. It's from the year 1960.
It was a campaign unlike any ever waged in America before. It was the first true television campaign, and it brought with it the debates. To some observers, the televised debates marked a turning point in the campaign.
Okay, remember, gentlemen, one of you will be eliminated in this round, the one with the lowest score. We have a toss-up coming up. Here it is. John F. Kennedy was a senator from what state when he debated Nixon in 1960? Yes, Don?
Massachusetts.
You are correct. $100. Put you in second place. All right, the following questions, sir, are about the famous Kennedy-Nixon debates. For $50, Don. Some historians have compared the great debates between Nixon and Kennedy to the famous 1858 senatorial debates between what two candidates? Time is up. Howard or Stephen? Stephen.
Lincoln Douglas.
You are correct, sir. $50 in control. Tied for second currently. How many Nixon-Kennedy debates took place in 1960?
1.
That is incorrect. Don or Howard, can you take it? Howard.
3.
That is incorrect. The answer, 4. We have a toss-up for each and every one of you. It's worth $50. In what city did the first Nixon-Kennedy debate take place? Yes, Stephen.
That was in Washington, D.C.
That is incorrect. Don or Howard, can you take it? Don.
New York City.
Is incorrect. The answer, Chicago. The answer is Chicago. Toss-up for all of you. The third Nixon-Kennedy debate was known as the electronic debate because the two were not in the same city for the broadcast. Where were the candidates, respectively? Kennedy was in New York City. Nixon was in Los Angeles. We are out of that category, I think, thankfully, from the response of the gentleman right over there. $450 for Howard. Stephen and Don tied at $150 apiece. We're going to go back to the year 1752 in our next IQ clip.
Benjamin Franklin led a full life, an author, philosopher, ambassador, postmaster, and avid kite flyer. His was quite a resume. One might even say that this Renaissance man embodied the colonial spirit. He was a spark in the fire known as the American Revolution.
Okay, the toss-up is all about the Benjamins. As a result of Benjamin Franklin's famous kite-flying experiments, what useful device did he invent? Yes, Don?
Electricity.
That is incorrect. Stephen or Howard, can you take it? It was the lightning rod. That was the device he invented, the lightning rod. All right, we have a toss-up. It's worth $50. Everybody plays. Ben Franklin appears on what denomination of U.S. currency? Yes, Stephen?
100.
That is right. $100 or $50 goes to you, sir. You are currently in second place. Here is your question. How old was Benjamin Franklin when he signed the Declaration of Independence? Was he 40, 60, or 70?
70.
You are right. $50. He was the oldest signer of the Declaration. In your best Aretha Franklin voice, how does she spell respect?
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Very nice, sir. Congratulations. $50. Great impression.
I do a better Louis Armstrong.
Okay. In 1732, Franklin, and we're talking Ben now, began publishing a guide to weather forecasts and wise maxims. What was it called?
Poor Richard's Almanac.
$50 added to your score. You are currently in second place. That means we are out of the round. Let's take a look at these scores. Howard, you are in first place, $450. Second place, Stephen with $350. Congratulations, Don. Third place, lowest score, $150. We're going to have to say goodbye. Thank you for playing our game. And Harvey, tell Don what he's going to be taking home with him today.
Mark, it's the Samsung Maxima Zoom 105GL camera. Samsung's camera's Maxima Zoom 105GL offers a powerful 38 to 105 millimeter zoom lens in a compact ergonomic design that fits in the palm of your hand. You can't miss with a Samsung camera.
Thank you, Harvey. And then there were two. We're going to find out which one of these players has the highest history IQ and have a chance to play for $25,000 when we return with our Tri-Q round. You won't want to miss it. Stay tuned.
to History IQ. We've got a great game going here in our studio, but let's see how our home viewers are doing. You too can play along at home by logging on to HistoryChannel.com right now to make some history of your own. Here, once again, is Mark Summers.
Thanks, Harvey. Welcome back. Well, once again, we had a great first round. Take a look at these scores. In the lead, Howard with $450. Not far behind, Stephen in second place with $350. Now it's time for our Tri-Q round. Now, in this first round, we tested your IQ, but in this round, we're going to test your Tri-Q. Now, you're going to see a set of 3 related people or items. Then I'm going to ask a question. You will determine which of the 3 is the correct answer. If you get it right, you're going to earn $200, plus you will be in control of the $100 follow-up question. But what's different in this round, Howard and Stephen, if you are incorrect, we will take money away. Good luck. One of you will have an opportunity at the end of this round for $25,000. Take a look at your first Tri-Q. Huey, Louie, Dewey for $200. Which one said, "You may fire when ready, Gridley"? Howard.
Dewey.
Dewey, Commander Dewey, you are absolutely right. $200 for you. The follow-up question is about Huey. You can play, Howard, or you can pass.
I'll pass.
Gonna pass. This is for you, Stephen, for $100. What was the name of the society Huey Long created in 1934? Was it Kingfish, Share Our Wealth, or Every Man is a King?
Share our wealth.
You are right for $100. $450 for you. $200 separating first and second place. Take a look at your next Tri-Q. Jimmy Carter, Gerald Ford, Ronald Reagan. Which president negotiated the Camp David Accords? Howard.
Jimmy Carter.
You are right for $200. The follow-up is about the same topic. Would you like to play this time, Howard, or pass to Stephen?
I'll play.
You're going to play. Worked against you last time when you passed. You're going to play this time. Which 2 countries were involved in the Camp David Accords? Was it Israel and Jordan, Israel and Egypt, Israel and Syria?
Israel and Egypt.
You are right for $100. $950 for you. Here is your next Tri-Q. Aeschylus, Sophocles, Euripides. Who is usually referred to as the father of tragedy? Yes, Stephen.
Aeschylus.
You are right. $200 added to your score. The follow-up question is about ancient Greek culture. Are you going to play or pass?
I'll play.
Going to play. Which of the following was the Greek god of fertility? Hephaestus, Dionysus, Apollo?
Hephaestus.
That is incorrect. We're going to take away $100. The answer is Dionysus. Let's take a look at our next history Tri-Q. Eleanor Holmes Norton, Eleanor Roosevelt, Eleanor Rigby. Which Eleanor headed the Equal Employment Opportunities Commission? Stephen.
Roosevelt.
That is incorrect. $200 deducted. The answer is Eleanor Holmes Norton. Let's take a look at our next Tri-Q. Great Wall of China, Colossus of Rhodes, Stonehenge. Which landmark is one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world? Howard.
Colossus of Rhodes.
For $200 is right, sir. In case you were wondering, the Colossus was a giant bronze statue of the Greek sun god, Helios. Okay, we have a follow-up about Stonehenge. You going to play or pass?
I'll play.
All right, sir. Where is Stonehenge located? Gloucester, England? Wiltshire, England? Inverness, Scotland?
Wiltshire.
Wiltshire, England is correct. Another $100 goes on the board for you, sir. $1,250 and another history Tri-Q. Easter Parade, Bunny Hop, Egg Drop. Which term refers to the height of the 1948-49 Berlin airlift? Yes, Howard.
Egg drop.
Egg drop is incorrect. $200 is deducted. It is the Easter Parade. We have another Tri-Q. Korean War, Vietnam War, Persian Gulf War. During which war was General Ridgway the commander of the UN forces? Yes, Howard.
The Korean War.
$200 added to your score, sir. He replaced General MacArthur when he was dismissed. Okay, that means we are out of this particular part of our Tri-Q. That means there's less than a minute left, and it's time for our Tri-Q Speed Challenge. Take a look at the particular scores right now. $350 for you, Stephen. Howard, you have $1,250, but that could all change because in the Speed Challenge, we're going to ask as many $100 questions as we can in 45 seconds. At the end of the Speed Challenge, one of you will have a chance to win $25,000. 1600s, 1700s, 1800s. Good luck. I'm going to name an event. All you have to do is tell me whether it happened in the 1600s, 1700s, or 1800s. Are you ready, gentlemen? Here we go. It's 1600s, 1700s, or 1800s, the Cherokee March, the Trail of Tears. Yes, Stephen?
1800s.
Correct. James Madison becomes the 4th president. Yes, Howard?
1700.
Incorrect. Take away $100. It was the 1800s. Mason-Dixon line set by surveyors. Stephen?
1700s.
Correct. Add $100. The Glorious Revolution takes hold of England. Stephen?
1600s.
Correct. Add $100. The Battle of Waterloo destroys Napoleon. Stephen?
1800s.
Correct. Europe fights the 30 Years' War. Howard?
1600s.
Correct. Add $100. Gilbert and Sullivan write The Mikado. Howard?
1800s.
Correct. Time is up. Take a look at the scores. Howard, you are our winner with $1,350. Congratulations. Going to our History IQ timeline for $25,000 in just a moment. Stephen, you made a valiant little surge there at the end, but unfortunately didn't have enough time. Congratulations. Keep up the good work as a teacher. And Harvey, what will Stephen be taking home with him today?
Well, Mark, Stephen gets the Advent wireless speakers and headphones, Advent wireless headphones and loudspeakers. Wireless convenience and superior sound quality let you enjoy music or TV anywhere from Advent.
All right, join me over here. Well, Howard, it all comes down to our History IQ timeline. We're going to ask you in just a few moments to put 10 headlines in proper chronological order. If you do it, $25,000 is yours. The question that people always want to know as soon as possible, what year does their timeline begin with? Take a look and see. Today it is the year 1972. Fairly recent history, huh?
It is that, yeah.
All right. Concentrate. Think about that. We're going to come back in just a second. And right now, folks, you know that we have watched our IQ and tried our Tri-Q. But, Harvey, what would be today's history haiku?
Well, Mark, today's history haiku was sent in by Joel I. from Belton, Texas. And here it is. 13 colonies fought hard for independence. No more blood pudding. How are you doing at home? When we come back, we'll check on those online scores. Welcome back to History IQ. Howard is about to take a shot at winning the big money, but first, let's see how the home viewers are doing. Don't forget, you can log on to HistoryChannel.com and play History IQ 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now back to our host, Mark Summers.
Thank you so much, Harvey. We are ready to tackle our IQ timeline with a chance to win $25,000. Here's how it works. Ready, Howard?
Yes, sir.
All right, here's what's going to happen. You're going to have 60 seconds to put 10 headlines in the proper chronological order, starting with the year 1972. As you build your timeline, you can hit the green IQ hot buttons up to 5 times during the 60 seconds. They're going to tell you how many headlines are in the correct place. You can keep switching headlines until they're in the right order or until time runs out. If you get all 10 correct, you're going to win $25,000. Remember, the hot buttons are there for 5 times in 60 seconds. You have to use them wisely. Turn around, let's take a look at our headlines. NRC starts. Who shot JR on Dallas? Assassin kills Harvey Milk. Plane hijacked in Uganda. Amnesty for draft dodgers. Jimmy Hoffa disappears. Columbia orbits the Earth. Break-in at Watergate. Apocalypse Now released. Military draft ends. The year is 1972. That's where we will begin. It will end in the year 1981. Relax and concentrate. Don't forget about your hot buttons. 5 times in 60 seconds. Good luck. 60 seconds and go. Used the hot button rather quickly, didn't you? 50 seconds remaining. You're going to have to move a little bit quicker. You expect to get that 25,000. You got to hit your headline and then hit your year, sir. Very good. "26 seconds remain. 4 hot buttons. 1 correct out of the 3 headlines. 20 seconds remain. Down to just 10 seconds. I would start placing those as quickly as possible, hopefully to gain some extra dollars. All right, time is up, sir. Let's take a look. How many did you get right? Unfortunately, you did not get any correct. Why don't we put them in their proper order right now and take a look and see that in 19...